Hi, my name is Dave from Diatomic Games, and I am coming to you with a commentary on some of the TempleCon footage, specifically Convergence of Cyrsis. Seems like a pretty cool faction so far. Convergence of Cyrsis is a clockwork robot faction for War Machine. As you can see, they look pretty freaking cool. This Warcaster you're seeing here is Iron Mother Directrix and her exponent servitors. Her servitors are those little orbs you see surrounding her. Next up, we have another Warcaster who I think is Father Lucan, Divinity Architect. Now, the reason I think this is because if you take a look at how he looks here, he has his multitude of arms and tools. And I found a photo of Father Lucan from the Witchfire trilogies, I think, on the Privateer Press forums, and they kind of have similar structures to them. Next, we're going to move on to the weapons. Now, the weapons in the Convergence of Cyrsis usually have two modes, and each one will give a different ability. Here you can see a drill that is also an open fist. Next, you will see a halberd, can also be a pike, so maybe switching between reach and set defense or something like that. Next, you'll see a flail that is also a mace, so I'm thinking it's either going to be reach, maybe switch between reach and having thresher or something like that. Now, this is where Privateer Press introduced their first unit called the Reciprocators. Now, they have a medium base, they will have shield wall, and they also have those pikes that turn into halberds, so that's kind of cool. Next up, we have an open fist that looks like it has a blade that pops out of it. That's always cool to have blades popping out of things. Next up is the Clockwork Angel. Now, I'm assuming this is a solo. This is one of the cooler looking things I like from Convergence of Cyrsis. They have flight, and that's all we know for now. Next is the Light Warjack, or Vector as they're called the Galvanizer. It's the first Warjack to be able to repair other Warjacks in its battle group. Then we move on to the Heavy Vector called the Cipher. It has two spikes and a servopod launcher on it. It's a pretty cool looking model. It looks like it can do some serious damage. Now, this is a second unit that was introduced. Originally, I thought they were the Reciprocators, but then when I looked at them, they seem to be a little bit smaller than Reciprocators, and they have a different weapon type than them. They have the chain, the flail, and the mace. Next, let's get into some details about Directrix. As you can see here, she's a Focus 8 Warcaster unit, which is nice. Everybody loves a Focus 8 Warcaster. She has a range attack called Aperture Blast, which is range 11, AoE 4, POW 15, and a melee attack called Cloak of Blades, which has reach and is a P plus S11. She has 18 hitbox points and plus 4 Warjack points. Now let's look at the back of the card here. Directrix has Activate Exponent Servitor, which basically means if she has fewer than 2 Exponents or Servitors in play, she can throw one directly within 1 inch of herself. She has Clockwork Vessel. This model counts as living for the purpose of generating soul tokens, which makes sense considering the Convergence of Cyrsis are humans in robot bodies. She has Repairable. Other models can make Bodge or repair special action, repair this model as if it were a Warjack, which is kind of cool with the Galvanizer's ability to repair Warjacks. Her Cloak of Blades also has Thresher on it, and she is a Warcast unit. Now, every Warcaster in Convergence of Cyrsis is going to have a Field Marshal ability. Her Field Marshal ability is Arc Node, so she gives all the models in this inner battle group gain the Arc Node effect, which is kind of nice and cool. It'd be nice to see her spell list. So next we're going to take a look at Father Lucan. As you can see, he also has Clockwork Vessel and Repairable. He has another effect, Steady. He cannot be knocked down. He also has Stall on his attack, which could be nice. His Shield Marshal ability is Shield Guard, so everything in this unit gets Shield Guard, which is kind of cool. Now, all the vectors in Convergence of Cyrsis have a piece of equipment called an induction node. Now, basically, what this means is that once per turn, when a vector uses a focus point, it can transfer that focus point to another nearby vector. What this means is that a single focus point can be used over and over again. This is a kind of a really cool resource ability to, be a little bit more resource efficient. So it'll be nice to see how that actually plays out. So let's talk about the two Warjacks that were introduced, or the vectors. The first one is the Galvanizer, point cost of 3. It is a light vector. It has a speed of 5 and a strength of 7, and its mat and rat are X'd out, and we'll get into that in a second. Defense 12, armor 16, with a melee attack called Metal Saw, P plus S 12, and it has 20 hitboxes. Now remember, this is the first Warjack that can repair other Warjacks in its battle group, which includes the Warcasters who have repairable. The next is the Cypher, which is their heavy beast, speed 4, strength 12, defense 10, armor 19. Server Pod Mortar has a range of 11 and AoE 4. Now this, at TempleCon they stated that this would have a variety of ammo that it could choose from for obviously different effects. It has 2 piston spikes at P plus S 18 each, which are pretty cool. Has 32 hit boxes and is a point cost of 9. Now, as you notice, their mat and rat, they don't have a value for that. That's because in Convergence of Cyrsis, the vectors get their mat and rat from their Warcaster. So right here, they give us the first example with a Warcaster called Axis the Harmonic Enforcer. He has a mat rat 7 and 2, which means that the vectors mat and rat will be 7 and 2. Could give some interesting strategy there. Next, they're going to swap it out with Iron Mother Directrix, and she has a mat rat 5, giving the vectors a mat rat of 5. So this gives you some strategy. You could kind of make your battle group either well-rounded or geared towards one thing or another. I just wanted to take a second to give thanks to Privateer Press for giving us all this awesome information at TempleCon, and all that video was from their live streaming from TempleCon. Just want to say thanks for watching this commentary. I hope you enjoyed it. Just wanted to let you know that our Indiegogo campaign is live. If you wanted to check that out, just click on the link that will be provided afterwards. Hopefully there'll be more videos to come. Diatomic Games, not just your neighborhood gaming store.